Hi cuties, welcome back to another What I Spend in a Month. I feel like I just did one of these, but I kind of did because I was a little bit late to doing my November one in December. But today it is January 1st and I'm filming this, so we're starting off the year strong. And it's just so crazy that it's been another year of me tracking my spending and putting this on the internet for everyone to see. But it's been so rewarding and I can't wait to keep doing it. So if this is like your first What I Spend in a Month video that you've seen of mine, maybe you've seen other people do it, but basically I like talking about what I spend in a month because it gives me the space to work through like how I feel about my spending and my current money mindset, and just gives me like a check-in point. I love tracking my spending because again, it gives me an opportunity to think about my purchases a second time, but then I also love doing these videos where like you'll see in real time. I'm like a, what do they call that? Like I'm a verbal processor, where sometimes I just need to talk through my thoughts and feelings, and that's when like the nuggets of wisdom come out. So I always start off these videos by talking a little bit about like my current money mindset, and then I'll go into my category totals and how much I spent in the month, how much I invested, and then I'll go through my Notion tracker and call out anything that was like a big purchase or anything that I wanted to chat through. So let's just start it off. So money mindset. I feel incredibly grateful and proud of the progress that I've made with my money, and I'm trying to allow myself to feel that. I think, you know, throughout the year, every time that I came on and filmed these, like there was multiple videos where I remember coming on and saying that I didn't feel abundant with my money. I didn't feel like I was in a good place. I didn't feel like proud or happy. And you know, there's peaks and valleys for sure, and there's highs and lows, but I think what's important when it comes to your money journey is to kind of look at it as you're gonna make progress, but you're gonna have those like peaks and valleys. So like it's gonna kind of look like this, but the trend is upward. And when I mean like upward, I don't necessarily mean with how much money you have, that's part of it, but it's about how you feel about your money. Like how, like do you have positive feelings and positive associations with money and your money in specific? Do you have financial literacy? Are you in tune with your numbers? Like, are you in tune with how much you're bringing in, how much is going out, how much you're investing, what goals you're working towards, what financial goals you're working towards? To me, all of those things together are signs of like growth and like, you know, improving your money mindset and your money situation in general. And so I look back on this year and, you know, and years beyond, but I'm just reminiscing because it's January 1st. I look back on this year and I am just like in awe of how much growth I've made in that area, even though there was really hard times. And I'm just trying to like sit in that and enjoy that and be able to say that confidently and be like, Mel, I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful for this journey. I'm also grateful for like this space that this has allowed me to discover so many new things about myself. It's given me a space to share and like be vulnerable and be met with like kind words and be met with, you know, people giving me that safe space. So I wanted to thank you as well for tuning into these styles of videos, tuning into any of my YouTube videos, because if you watch my vlogs, you know that I process a lot of things through my vlogs. And so, yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think back of this whole year. And, you know, I was able to hit my investment goal of investing $20,000 this year. And it's less than last year. Well, I guess last year is 2023, but in 2022, I actually invested $30,000. And part of me is like sad that I wasn't able to invest that much again. And technically I maybe should have, because I was making more income than I did the previous year, but it didn't work out that way. And I guess for me, I'm looking back on it and I'm like, wow, in 2 years I invested $50,000, and my like net worth number that I track has grown so much in the past couple of years. And I think that this is what people within like the personal finance space are trying to communicate when they say that, like, you know, when you start investing, like your your wealth compounds. And they're talking about interest if you're investing, but they're also talking about all those other little things where like your money habits, I was gonna say money savviness, but I guess your financial literacy, all those little habits compound on each other and you get more confident. And I think this comes with age as well, but I just feel like I'm in such a good place with my money. And this is so funny because I got an email from a CBC reporter and they said that they had found some of my personal finance stuff on Instagram and they were looking for someone to do a story in the new year about the cost of living. And I ended up getting on a phone call with this reporter and she was so lovely and she was talking about what they were kind of looking for this segment, and she started asking me about my personal finance journey, why I started sharing online, what the response has been, what that, you know, means to me and does in my life and all this stuff. And then she ultimately said, like, you seem like you have your financial life in order. And she was like, we're looking for someone who's more of like a regular person who doesn't have as much financial literacy and as much knowledge as you. And so I was like, oh, totally fine. Like if I'm not a fit, that's cool. But we ended up talking on the phone for probably 20-30 minutes and she was asking me about this whole journey, and it made me really proud because it made me proud that she was like, you know, it sounds like you have your shit together. So I was like, that made me happy, but it also made me happy that I was able to speak to a total stranger and like a reporter, you know, and be able to talk about how I share this, why I share it. And it just made me feel like I've made a lot of progress when it comes to speaking about my like social media side hustle. Like I've always kind of been I've always been uncomfortable with sharing with other people that this is a part of my life because some people don't get it, and that's okay. They don't have to get it, but you know, it's becoming more normalized now that people like, you know, do Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, but I've been doing this for so long and there was a time where it wasn't that normal. And so I would get really shy to talk about it, and just being able to talk to that reporter about this whole thing and being like proud and confident, it's just, I just am so pleased with myself. So, you know, a lot of the growth has come from like lessons like that. So anyways, that's a lot of rambling, but I did want to share because that is just something that has come up for me recently, is that, hey, I'm really proud of the growth that I've made in a lot of different areas, and I'm actually really excited to see what I'm gonna do in 2024. So let's just get right into what I spent in December. And yeah, I feel okay with what I spent in December, although it was like, it feels like it was kind of a lot, but it's December, it's the holidays. Like I spent so much money on gifts and I'm so happy to do that because I want to give my friends and family gifts. And I also invested a lot because I got a paycheck that I was waiting on for a brand deal. And this is like, every time I invest a lot of money, this is what I say, is that like from my side hustle, I got a paycheck, but that's the reality of why I'm able to make progress in my financial journey like I have been. So I was able to invest a lot. So I don't care how much I spent. Like if I was able to hit this investing number, which I'll share in a second, I do not care how much I spent because that's a win to me. I hit my investing goals. I'm working towards that, and there's no reason why I should feel bad for spending if it was within my means, right? So let's go through each category. So home, I spent $905. So this is mainly my rent, but I've been trying to, Mac and I have been trying to like do little upgrades in our home. Like we got a new TV, we bought a plant, we replaced our pillows, we replaced like our lamps, and we're just trying to invest in our home. And so every month there's gonna be a couple little things that I buy and I put that in home, and that's alongside with my rent. Gifts and charity, this was the second largest, $750. This is probably the most that I've ever spent on gifts and charity, like in 1 month. But again, I'm happy for that. Like as my income grows, as I'm able to like invest and spend more, it's like I want to be spending on gifts because that's a way that I show love. And I try to never buy a gift that I feel forced to. Like I try to not set expectations on myself. Even if someone else is giving me a gift, I really only buy a gift if I truly want to give someone a gift, and if there is something really like meaningful and valuable to give them that I come across. I never really just buy gifts to buy gifts. Like there was like a couple Christmases where I was like, I'm not buying gifts. I wasn't like in a great financial place. This was years and years ago, but I just said to my friends and family, like, sorry, this Christmas is a no gift Christmas. And I want to encourage you, if that's a place that you're in, stay strong in that and just tell people, like, just give someone a nice card, bake them some cookies and say like, you know, this year I'm doing like a low buy year, or I'm doing like a low gift year, or I'm not doing gifts at all. And you know, your presence is the present, remember that. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to buy people gifts, you know, for validation. You just have to show up and be there for them. However, if you want to, which this year I really wanted to give people a lot of gifts, I just did. So follow your heart, okay? Beauty 451. I got my hair cut in December. I got 2 chemical peels. I got my nails done. There was quite a few things that I did beauty-wise, but they were all like so worth it. So I'm happy about that. Groceries 427. Health 377. Always happy to spend on my health. I'm just gonna like, I'm interested to see why it's so high, because I've started putting my gym membership in my like health spending, and so I got rid of like a pretty big health expense. Oh, maybe it's for my I bought a new electric toothbrush. Anyways, we'll check in on that a little bit later. Clothes, I spent $300. Subscriptions and phone, I spent $245. Restaurants and takeout, $240. Entertainment, $165, coffee, $90, alcohol, $80, and gas and Uber, $68. So my total was $4,098, and I also invested $3,300. So again, that was one of the higher months for my investments, so I am perfectly happy with my spending. So now let's just go through a couple of numbers. Okay, so one of the things that I did for my like gifts and charity is that I went and I put some stockings together for the Calgary Dream Center and in Calgary, and it's basically like a center that helps like unhoused people and disadvantaged people with resources and things like that. And I put together 4 or 5 stockings, and that cost me $80, and I was very happy to do that. My haircut, I also bought a K18 shampoo when I got my hair cut, but that was $160, so that was a big part of my beauty budget. I actually got my makeup done one time in December for my work party, and that cost me $50. That was the first time I've ever gotten my makeup done. I've gotten my makeup done one time for like a photo shoot, but this was the first time that I like paid for my own makeup to be done, and she slayed, and it was just a fun experience. Me and my other coworker, McKenna, got it done, and it was just fun. Mac and I got a plant in December. It was about $100, so my half was $50. So far she is thriving, but I'm knock on wood because we're not really that good at taking care of plants. I got a couple of massages in December to use up my benefits, and I always tip, so I usually tip like $20 every time I go, and I think I went twice. I had a pretty big bill at Sephora, $220. This was a gift for Mac. I got him some cologne for Christmas, and a gift for my mom. I got her mascara and lip gloss. I spent a bit of money at Cotton, so I got some sweatpants, a sweater, and a long sleeve. And this was for like a shopping night that I did with my work, and so they were able to give us like a 15% off discount. So for all 3 of those, I paid $190, which is a really good price. And some of those things were like already on sale, and then I got it like 15% off, so I was happy about that. Oh, so for my YouTube music, I use Thematic, and I was paying monthly for it. And what I'd like to do with my subscriptions is I like to look in to see if I do a yearly plan, like how much money that would save me. And for Thematic, it was gonna be like a big savings, so I actually bought a year. And so I think before I was paying about $10 or $11 monthly, but I spent $92 on the year, which is like pretty big savings. So that's a tip for you. Look into your subscriptions and see if you could switch to the yearly plan. Usually they'll give you a discount. I sent Starbucks gift cards to all of my team members. I sent everyone $15, and there's 7 team members on my little team at work, and so it cost me $105. Again, I was so happy to do that because it's been, you know, a great year, and my team worked really hard, and I just wanted to do that, and so that was great. I spent $66 on the chemical peel. I guess I only got one in December. I think I got one at the end of November and then one in December. That makes sense. I spent $130 on a new electric toothbrush, I was happy to do this because, you know, it's for my health. Oh yes, I got sunscreen at my massage place. So it was like sunscreen and the massage tip together was $97. The sunscreen was like $68. It's the Elta MD, which is really hard to find in Canada. So I think that there's like a markup there. I ordered some new winter boots from Sporting Life. They're so cute. They're like little like booty, like slipper booty North Face boots, and I'm really excited about them, but they were originally $150 and I got them on sale for $110. I got my nails done yesterday and this manicure was $65. And other than that, it was just like regular expenses, groceries, coffees here and there. Honestly, I did pretty good for coffee. In December, I only spent, what was it, $90, which is honestly pretty low for me. So I was happy about that. But yeah, anyways, all in all, like everything was reasonable and I was like happy with my spending. I'm super happy I was able to invest so much, over $3,000. So that's a slay. I still have to figure out some of my financial goals for 2024. The biggest thing is I need to figure out how I'm going to balance my investing goals and then also hopefully buying a new car. If you've been around these parts, then you know my car journey. Basically, I am due to buy a new car and I want to buy a new car, but I don't want to pay for the new car. It's just hard. I've been driving my car for 13 years. It's paid off, and so I don't have monthly car payments. I really do want a new car, like want/need, for various reasons, but it is really hard to take the plunge and to put a lot of money as a down payment and then also sign up for monthly payments. So that's like a mindset shift that I'm trying to work on, and I'm really hoping that that's gonna happen in 2024. I mean, it's not like I can't just sit here and hope for it. I have to like plan and make it happen if I want it to happen, but I am kind of struggling with that decision-making process. So yeah, a couple of things that I need to consider for 2024, but I will share with y'all what my goals are probably in the next what I spend in a month video, so that'll be the January one. But I hope that you enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed my little rant at the beginning to let you know where I'm at money-wise. I would love to know something that you're proud of from your 2023 like money journey. What did you do? Like what small, it could be small, big, any habit that like kind of contributed to your money journey and like your upward trajectory. Please leave it in the comments and let's like celebrate each other, because you have to celebrate your small wins if you're ever gonna know how to celebrate your big wins, you know? So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Okay, bye.